AITA for telling my mom to go back to the family she replaced me with.
My mom, 42, and I, 22, used to be really close. Like she's all I've ever had, and she's the one who taught me to be as strong as I am today, and her becoming a cop inspired my whole life. I love her so much and I admire how strong she and I wish things were like how they were. Her uncle, my great-uncle, managed to bring her to Canada from Kosovo in 1999, if that helps give you guys an idea of the kind of things that she's been through. When I went to university our relationship started changing. She disliked my GFS, my uni choice, wanted me to ferry home every weekend, and then I got a co-op term at a prestigious company in Vancouver. Don't ask, I'm not giving it up, that she did not want me to work for cause she had a moral stance against it. I agree with her, but it was a great opportunity. I'm going to grad at the end of the term and I'm set for a job with the VPD cause of it. But my mom cut me off cause of it and straight up told me not to come back, so I had to move in with my great uncle and his son, my uncle. We started messaging again half a year ago after she sent me a chain message on WhatsApp, but we've been taking it slow. I follow my mom on IG, but she rarely posts, and when she does it's anti-war stuff. But then she put up this post with a caption something like, "So happy to have a real family again. Can't wait to go on my new journey," and it showed her boyfriend and her with engagement rings and an ultrasound. Like, I don't know, it just triggered something inside of me. Am I not her real family? Were we nothing? It just made me very angry, like I'm going to have the sibling and stepfather I always wanted, and she couldn't even be bothered to tell me personally? Well, I decided to wait and see how long it would take her to call me about the news, and she just didn't. Reading break was 2 weeks ago, and at the end of it my mom came to my great-uncle's house to pick something up. She saw me and tried acting like no time had passed and how excited she was for my graduation and this and that. She still didn't acknowledge she's getting married. I just told her not to care about my graduation and to go back to the family she replaced me with, left and stayed gone till she went home. My uncle told me that what I did made her cry and I was an asshole to her, and my great-uncle told me that I should have handled things with more tact. I feel bad about it cause she was reaching out to me and everything's been frosty with my uncle since then.
Info. Did you show your uncles the IG post? Ask them what were you supposed to think when she wrote, "So happy to have a real family again. Can't wait to go on my new journey," and it showed her boyfriend and her with engagement rings in an ultrasound. And she shows up acting like she didn't cut you off for where you work and nothing ever happened? No. NTA. Edit. Emo. If she wants to reconcile, she needs to sit down with you one-to-one and explain why she did what she did.
Because there's a good chance she may dump you again, especially if you do something else against her high moral standards, or if her BF doesn't like you, or if she just doesn't have time anymore. Put some consistent effort into this relationship, mom, if you want one.
NTA. She wrote the post that insinuated she didn't have a real family, so now the post bit her in the bum.
NTA. She's your mother. The least she could have done was to pick up the phone and tell you about the wedding and the baby. She cut you off for getting a job. Then she acts like nothing's happening and doesn't even bother telling you she's getting married. After cutting you off and kicking you out for a job, she hurt you and now you have to suck it up? She can suck up a little. Great uncle seems to understand better than your uncle, since he said you should have been more tactful. Not that you shouldn't have said it at all. NTA. She needs to understand that the lack of relationship now is her fault, not yours.
NTA. She should be crying in shame for treating you so poorly.
What was the job? The comment on how she posts anti-war stuff leads me to worry it was something directly related to war. Info. Did the company you got a co-op term for had a moral issue in relation with Kosovo? In 1999, Kosovo was in full-on war. And a very terrible place to live for some people. It's a lovely county, but times were hard. I would understand her being disappointed in you if you supported a company that caused her and your family a lot of grief. Info. What moral opposition does she have to your line of work? Are you clubbing baby seals? Or baking cakes for gay couples? Info. What is your mother's objection to the company you work for? Without that information, it's impossible to determine whether or not you've been an asshole. If the company deals in trafficking children, you're the asshole. Obviously, I don't think it does. But my point is, it matters. You're going through something horrible by someone who should really know better. Please look after yourself and consider therapy if things become too much to handle. NTA. NTA, from your post. Your mother's love has been very conditional. Parents are supposed to love their children unconditionally, and that doesn't appear to be the case. Add to that the insulting comments on finally having a real family and exclusion from major events, news. Anyone would be devastated. You aren't the whole for what you said to your mother. But I would encourage, for your well-being, you to seek more positive ways of communicating your feelings. It sounds like you will need to go very low contact with your mother, and that hurts. I am really sorry about this. NTA. You handled things badly. But honestly, I don't see many people your age, or my age, being able to handle the repeated bad behavior of your mother well. She tried to make you live your college life according to her dictates and cut you off for not doing so to her satisfaction. Then she keeps you at arm's length to the point of not telling you about her pregnancy or engagement. I'm sorry her asshole self was moved to tears by your rightful anger. But I will not say you are wrong in the slightest for expressing it. Maybe you could have a sit down with your uncle to clear the air? NTA. Your mother has replaced you. You seem to be doing pretty good for yourself. Move on and enjoy your life. NTA. You can't disown your child and then act that nothing has occurred. Too bad that your mother's love is conditional. She now has to live with the results. I know this is not relevant, but wouldn't your great-uncle's son be your cousin? As your great-uncle would be the brother of one of your grandparents. For someone to be an uncle, they would have to be the brother of a parent of yours. NTA. She treated you like a so not a son. That's creepy in itself. But then to cut you off and say you're not her real family? Nah bro. Cut that contact. Move on with what sounds like a great life. What I'm seeing on her end is her unaddressed codependency transferring from you to her fiancé and unborn child. This isn't to shit on the closeness on what you both shared, but more to bring to light that your budding independence was threatening to her sense of security. This was never your issue to resolve. Your feelings are legitimate, and it's difficult dealing with the hurt of seeing a family member that was your entire world shut you out like she did. She likely has repressed a lot of guilt in pulling away like she did as you found yourself in the world. And having it be called out like it did really brought that to light. My judgment hinges on your lack of tact in calling things out, and her lack of addressing her codependency. But at the same time, I completely understand and empathize with why you feel as you do. You can both be in the wrong in your behavior and be in the right with the sentiment it carries. NTA. I'm sorry you are going through this. I hope you are able to get some therapy and work through this in a healthy manner. That must have hurt you so bad to see that post. Did you show it to your uncles? They took you in because of her rejection. Maybe they don't know about that post? Your mom sounds very immature. It's like she thinks you were her friend, not child. You reacted as a hurt child, and because she's immature, she did, too. She showed you that love was conditional, then got upset when you held up a mirror to her. All of this is sad. NTA. There was a info missing about why their relationship failed. Everyone is like, OMG, your mom is awful for disowning you because you got a prestigious job. Really? Let's say you experienced war atrocities firsthand and you raise your kid to understand how wrong That is, and then they grow up and work for a company that is involved in war or arms. Just hypothetical. The fact that she missed him and didn't like his girlfriends and wanted him to visit more is not a fucking red flag. This is a young single mom that has experienced trauma. It sounds to me like somehow mom has been tremendously hurt in all of this as well. Edit typos.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.